Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela if you've never been here before. Today we are going to do a tarot reading. I have a little candle back here and some flowers to make it a little cute. I have my decks here. I have a lighter, so let's set our intentions for this reading, and then I have some crystals. If you want to just fast forward, you don't want to see me set sacred space, that's okay. You can fast forward and just pick your card and go from there. But this reading is going to be about your life's purpose, your soul's purpose. So if you're into that, you already saw the title, go ahead and pick your card. And yeah, we're going to I will show you the cards in a minute. I'm gonna set sacred space before I pick them, and then yeah, but you can go down into the comments. I will have a pinned comment with all of the timestamps down there, and you can go watch your reading. So let's go ahead and set sacred space for those of you that actually want to see this process and you're curious about this process. I would normally use sage, but I did a rose ritual last night and threw my sage into the lake. So I finished that one. So I'm using Palo Santos today. The difference between sage and Palo Santos is that sage is cleansing and Palo Santos just brings light energy. It doesn't have cleansing properties. So like sage, you could like sage your house type of thing. This, you can Palo Santos your house, but it's not going to get rid of anything necessarily. This is just to bring light in, and they're very hard to light in comparison to sage, so I'm struggling a little, but this should be good. Okay, Spirit, I want to go ahead and set sacred space. I want to protect everybody watching this video, including myself. I want to make sure everybody gets the correct reading for them and that it resonates for them. And I want to send light energy to these crystals before I put them out onto the cards so that they can pick them. I want to ask Archangel Michael, any archangels that are around. I want to invite my spirit guides to come and help me do this reading and help me get the clearest visions and the clearest messages. This will be pile 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, pile number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with you guys. You picked the blue lace agate. I think that's how I used to say it. It's blue, it's the throat chakra. I'm just gonna tell you about the stone for a second, like a real quick second, just so you know if there's any like meaning to you. This stone is also, it represents Pisces, which is in February, I believe. And it is throat chakra, so it also has something to do with communication. So maybe your life purpose has to do with talking, has to do with writing. Maybe you're going to be someone that talks a lot, writes a lot, has a lot of ideas that come from you, and you have to speak them, okay? I'm hearing writer for some reason. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna use all my decks, so I'm just gonna get started at whatever pops into my brain, but let's get started. What is your life purpose? Let's figure it out. Okay, so we already got the throat chakra. I think that means a lot, honestly. Throat chakra, talking. Life purpose, talking. Maybe you're someone that really needs to tell your story. Maybe you're someone that's been really hurt in the past and you need to use that to move on and create something good for yourself. Okay, and use your story to show other people that you can get to where you want to be, even if you go through hard times. Ooh, this is gonna be hard for me to shuffle like up here, so I'm gonna go right here. What is your life purpose? Pile number 1. Okay. Knight of Cups, heartache. Are you someone that's been through, I think you're someone that's been through a lot of heartache and isn't quick to jump back on the horse, isn't quick to jump back into love. You're not very quick to jump back into love because you've been hurt a lot. Maybe you have issues trusting. Pile number 1, you have issues trusting. Bring love into the situation, along with the 3 of Swords. Can you see this at all? Along with the 3 of Swords, and a fiery climax approaches, and also work through your fears. Okay, you're scared of love. You're scared of love, huh? Let's see. 3 of Swords is heartbreak. I've got the 3 of Swords and the Knight of Cups reversed. Pile number 1, what is your life purpose? You're someone that has been through a lot, and you're like, maybe I'm not meant to do anything. But I think you know deep down that, yeah, I think you know deep down that you have something big that you're gonna be able to retire early. You're someone that you're gonna be able to retire early because you're gonna make a lot of money in the beginning stages of your life, I feel. Yeah, finances. Maybe it has to do with spirituality. Maybe you are a light worker. Maybe, I think maybe you're not doing what, I don't think you're living your purpose right now. I think that you're currently maybe stuck somewhere that you don't want to be. And maybe that's why you're watching this video, because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, but I hate my career right now. I'm not where I want to be. And maybe you don't hate it. Maybe you're like, this is not where I want to be, because sorry, end of an era, but I burped in that. Again, throat chakra. I think you need to say something. I think you need to find your voice and start writing, start talking, what do you want to do? Welcome the new. Yeah, this is something, join in. Let's see. This is something that's really outside of your comfort zone. This is something that you're like, are you sure I can do this? Maybe you're in like a monotonous job right now, and you're like, you're kidding me, right? Prosperity lies ahead, okay? Whatever you're gonna do is gonna make you a lot of money, and you're gonna use your voice. You're gonna be, I heard, teaching. Maybe you're teaching someone about spirituality. Are you into spirituality? Are you into religion? I don't know what, this is a general reading. I don't know if you're into, maybe you're like a really diehard Christian, and maybe you need to be a pastor or something. Maybe you are like me and you do tarot. Maybe you really want to help people. You're a healer. Maybe you're a light worker. Maybe you're something like that is what I'm getting. But I feel like you think it's not possible. I feel like you think maybe you've tried before. Maybe you've tried before and you're like, oh, it didn't work. But you're stuck doing something that you don't want to do now, so might as well try. Let's see. I've got your hard work is paying off. You've been working at wherever you're working at for a long time. And honestly, it's it's almost time to move on. I want to say almost. It's almost time to move on. I think you're starting to realize that it's time to move on, and you're starting to question, like, what is there out there for me? You're scared of love. Why are you scared of love? You've been hurt a lot. Maybe you've had a lot of relationships that hurt you. Maybe your parents hurt you. Maybe you were bullied a lot in school. Maybe you've just, yeah. It's just like your life, you feel like your life has not been fair. You feel like everybody else can do it, but you can't do it. Let's see, pile number 1. I really feel like you're a light worker. I really feel like you need to start living through your heart chakra. I have, I think that you think it's not gonna work. Ace of Wands. You don't want people's help. You don't want to ask for help, so you think it's not gonna work. But the reason it's not working is because you don't want to ask for help. I think you're a light worker. I think maybe you want to be on social media. Maybe you want to do rituals. Maybe you want to do retreats. Maybe you want to be a spiritual teacher. Maybe you want to be a teacher in general. Maybe you want to be, yeah, your purpose is to bring love to this world. And I know that sounds challenging because you've been hurt so much, but that's why you've been hurt so much. You've been hurt so much because this is your life purpose. You've been hurt because you get to use that and you get to show people, hey, I've been hurt and I'm still loving you. Hey, I've been hurt. Here's my story. Look at what happened. If I can love, you can love. And you can show people that, hey, like, things can change. People can change. Bring love into the situation. I feel like I have end of an era and a fiery climax approaches. I think you're starting to realize that this life that you're living right now is not for you. And you're like, yeah, end of an era. You're like, I am picturing you're working in a corporate job and right now. And you're like starting to question, you're starting to be like, I don't really want to work here anymore. I don't really want to work in general. So what does that mean? What that means is that you need to follow your heart. You need to follow your heart. Prosperity lies ahead. You're going to make a lot of money. You are going to be someone that tells your story. Maybe you're a motivational speaker. You're someone that has worked really hard in your life. And it's time to stop working so hard and stop working for other people and start working for yourself. So start following your heart chakra. I'm getting very like heart chakra vibes, green, heart chakra. And I'm also getting purple, which is third eye crown. I think you have psychic gifts. I don't know if you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, all of them. I don't know. But it's time to work through your fears. Ask yourself why you're still in this job. Why are you still in this job? What are you scared of? You're about to really start working through your fears, and you're about to see that, okay, I've been living this life and there is so much more for me. Prosperity lies ahead. Work through your fears. Also, we have Scorpio and Taurus, Virgo, Aries, Aquarius, if that means anything to any of you. We also have some fire energy and some water energy over here. So if you're fire sign, water sign, maybe that resonates and helps you know that this pile is for you. I feel like you're someone that is about to get started with like a spiritual business. Whatever spiritual means to you, it can be religion, it can be whatever. Whatever you believe in, you know, whatever lights your heart on fire. Again, heart chakra. Start listening to your emotions. Stop pushing your emotions away. Stop pushing your emotions away because your emotions are telling you what you need to do. You need to follow your emotions even if they're unpleasant. Sit with them. Stop running away. Stop trying to make yourself busy. I feel like this job is something that you have because you're like, you want to be busy. And when you're alone, you're kind of bored. And you're bored because you're not really following your heart. You're not really like, maybe you just come home, watch TV, and go to work, you know? You're not really doing much more than that. You're not really thinking much further than that, you know? But I feel like you're going into an era where you are, you know, you're like, I am so tired of doing this. I'm so tired of working and coming home, and working and doing this for everybody else and then coming home. You're scared to accept help because you've been hurt so much. But once you start accepting help, this prosperity is gonna come in. You're someone that's gonna help a lot of people. Yeah, you're someone that's gonna help a lot of people. The world is gonna know who you are. The world is gonna know who you are. You're gonna help a lot of people. You're walking your way from what doesn't serve you right now, and that's great. That you are on the right path, okay? That little hunch that you have, that little hunch that's like this job isn't it, or this whatever situation, it could not be a job. Whatever life situation you're in right now, you're like, this ain't it, and I am walking away. I'm done. Maybe you had a conflict. Maybe you even got fired. Maybe you are so angry at your job. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I got a new manager and I cannot stand them. I feel like that is actually like coming on really strong. Maybe someone, this is kind of specific, got a new manager and was like, wow, like I thought I would be at this job for a long time, but now things have changed. I can't stand it anymore. I thought I would like it, but now I really don't like it. Now what? Now what do I need to do? And what you need to do is follow your heart. I heard heart sing. Maybe you sing. Maybe you do. Heart. Yeah. Your voice just needs to be heard. Start posting on social media. Start posting on YouTube. Use your voice. Talking about what you want to talk about, you know? I can't pinpoint that, but I am really, okay? You are tempted. What are you tempted by? You're tempted, honestly, by being bored. By living this, like, okay, you got the devil. So the devil is temptation. The devil is being chained to something, even though you could easily get out. Maybe not easily, but they could face their fears and see that the chains around their necks, they can lift it off. Even though there's this big scary devil in the back, and maybe they're scared to not listen to him, to whatever, but they can. You know, you have the choice of maybe you're someone that is like, okay, I work in this job, I live this life, and you're kind of like stuck there, and you want to listen to the norm. You want to listen to the people around you. Maybe you don't have a good circle of people around you telling you that you can do something with your life. Let me be the first one to tell you that you don't have to work a job. You don't have to work like you don't have to work at Walmart. You don't have to work at a corporate office. You don't have to work a normal job if you don't want to. And it's okay to take a risk and give up certain money to follow your heart and to do what you really want to do. And if you don't want to give up your money right now, or if you can't, you know, like I get that. Like some of us can't just be like, oh, quit your job. And if you can't, just start again. Like I'm really getting the vibe of like speak. Start posting on YouTube, motivational speaker, like post, write every day if that's something that resonates with you. Do your craft every day, sing. What else? Work on your gifts, work on your third eye. I'm getting third eye and heart chakra. Okay, balance, start living through your heart chakra and maybe start balancing your third eye. And you can do that through meditation. Living with your heart chakra, I would recommend starting to work through trauma. You can look up Aaron Dowdy's video on his trauma release exercises. He didn't come up with them, but he did a video on them. You can start doing those and it will start loosening the armor around your heart, and it won't be so hard to trust people. It won't be so hard to love after you faced all the stuff that has made you not want to love. I know we've all been hurt as kids, as young adults, in school or in past lives, whatever. We've all been hurt, and it creates this armor around our heart, and it's like, no, I can't do that. Life is not fair. Everybody else can do it. Everybody else can follow their passion, but I can't, you know? And it's like, you can, but this temptation, you're losing out on a lot of money, and not losing because you're always in the right place at the right time, But if you stick to the path that you're going right now, you're going to be losing out on so much money. If you follow this temptation, this is the King of Pentacles. He is solid in his money. He's got his bag, bro. He's got his bag, but with it reversed, he don't have his bag. He's insecure. He's not financially stable, you know? He wants to be, but he's not. Maybe also third chakra. You just don't believe in yourself. But it's because you've been hurt so much and people have told you like, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. let me tell you. Yes, you can. And maybe you're starting to, I think you're starting to gain the motivation, starting to be like, yes, this is what I want to do. And it's because you're so tired of whatever situation you're in. Life has a funny way of, we have a funny way of getting burnt out on things and trying to keep going back into them. But when you get burnt out on something, maybe look at it and be like, is this really what I want to be doing? Why am I getting burnt out so easy if this is really what I want to be doing, you know? I'm gonna pull another moon card because I feel like maybe step out of your comfort zone. Yes. Like, it's your responsibility. This is what I've got to say. This is something that you're gonna have to commit to. This is something that it can't just be a thought anymore. It can't just be like, oh, maybe I'll leave. Because if it's just oh, maybe I'll leave, you're gonna still be at that job that you've been at for 20 years. Or you're still gonna be at that whatever situation you're in that you've been in for a long time. Because I feel like you've been in it for a long time, because the word era is really sticking out to me. I feel like it's been centuries. like it feels like it's been like forever, you know? It's like, this is something that's like, this is all I know, you know? And it's like, yeah, it's all you know, but you gotta step out of your comfort zone. Again, we're in the higher chakras. We got purple. We're in the higher chakras, and your higher chakras are starting to talk to you and starting to be like, we can't be living this life anymore, bro. We can't be living this life anymore. It's time. You're being called. You're being called to live in your heart and live up here, okay? So heart chakra, this is love. Speak your truth. Start listening to your intuition and start connecting with your higher self, okay? Like, these are the 4 things that we really need to be doing. And where I would start is start living in integrity. Your words need to match up with your actions, and your actions need to match up with your thoughts. That is where I really recommend to start, because you can do that right now while you're in your job. And while you're doing that, start living your authentic truth, and more of your authentic truth will be coming back to you because you're starting to accept it. When you start listening to yourself, yourself will start talking more because it knows you want to listen. But if you keep shutting it up, it's not as strong anymore, because it's like, you've always been telling me that I shouldn't listen, you know? That voice in the back of your head is like, hey, you should do this, and it whispers, and you're like, shh, shh, shh. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna follow logic. Stop following logic for 1 second and follow your heart. I challenge you for the rest of I challenge you for 1 day to just go throughout the day and follow your heart. If you have to make a decision, sit in your heart space. Where do I want to go right now? Follow your heart. Sit in your heart space. But again, you've got to do that trauma release exercise if you're really that scared of being hurt, because you have to release that trauma or that cycle of like, oh, this happened to me, oh, this happened to me, oh, this happened to me. Trauma gets stored in the body, and it tells you that it's still happening, and it still puts you in the fight or flight. So your heart is guarded because you're in fight or flight, because you had to protect yourself when you were younger in your past life, or when you were in school or whatever. You had to learn to protect yourself. You didn't want to wear your heart on your sleeve because all these people would poke at it, and you just learned that you couldn't, you know? But the reason, honestly, really the reason that you're walking away from something, you're really walking away from the situation that's not serving you. I think you've finally like made your decision, and you've finally been like, okay, this ain't it. This just really ain't it. This ain't what I'm doing no more. I just can't, you know? And we all reach that, you know? you're a light worker. You are someone that is here to help people, and you know that. So start helping yourself first so you can start helping other people. Whatever it is that you want to do, it's not specific because this is a general reading, but you're meant to help someone. I'm getting very spiritual vibes. I'm getting spiritual teacher. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of courage deep down inside you, and you need to take that risk. Don't let your pride get in your way. Don't let your ego tell you that you can't do something. You can do it. Don't let your ego don't let your ego protect you so much. Personal issue reaches conclusion. I think that's confirming the trauma thing that I was talking about. Have you dealt with your childhood? Have you said, hey, I was very hurt by my parents? Or what did your mom do that really hurt you as a kid? It doesn't mean your mom was a bad person. It doesn't mean your dad was a bad person if he did something to hurt you, you know? It's just what happened in my childhood, and it's taking responsibility for, hey, this happened to me, and this is now ruining my life because I haven't dealt with it. And you have to make that choice of like, I know this is scary, but I'm gonna look at it. And maybe I don't want to look at it, but I really need to look at it. This is the full moon in Cancer, so maybe Cancer. But this has a lot to do with emotions. You have a continuous emotion that keeps coming up, and you need to deal with it. What is that emotion? What are you scared of? I feel like it's this like fear that comes up that keeps telling you, this is all I know, this is all I know. Yeah, that's your ego. Of course this is all you know, because you've never tried anything else, because you're so scared, because your heart is so guarded. You haven't tried anything else. You haven't even failed yet. You just haven't even tried anything else. You're not meant to be normal. You're not meant to be normal. You're not meant to be living this life anymore, and you're scared of it, and that's okay. We all have free will. You can do whatever you want. I feel like you're trying to lie to yourself, and you're trying to say, no, I'm meant to be normal. I'm meant to work this job for the rest of my life. I'm meant to stay in this situation for the rest of my life. This is what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to go to school. I was supposed to get a good job. I was supposed to do this. What do you mean? Like, now I'm being called not to do this 10, 20, 30 years later, you know? Like, but, you know, we have to learn the lessons that we have to learn. And now it's presenting itself to you. I feel like you're lying to yourself. It's all in your head. The fact that you can't do it is all in your head. You're lying to yourself saying you can't do it. You're not meant to do something normal. You're really not. The Hierophant is tradition. And then combined with this, you're lying to yourself because you're telling yourself you're meant to follow the tradition. You're meant to follow what your family did. Maybe your family has never done anything crazy. Maybe you're from a family that never had money. Maybe you're from a family that does not believe in themselves. That's okay, but now you're an adult, and it's time for you to make your own decisions, and it's time for you to have this undying faith that like, hey, I did do it. I am doing it. I've done this much for other people. What can I start doing for myself? You know, you just need to come up with this one idea. I feel like your first idea doesn't have to be your end all be all. You just gotta get started, you know? I feel like you're contemplating all these ideas and you're like, no, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel, anything's gonna be better than where you are right now. It's just time to take that step. You're never gonna get anywhere if you just stay right here. You're just doing the same thing every single day. How is that ever gonna change? You know, if you don't go do something weird, go talk to a random, do something to get out of your comfort zone. Where's that card? Step out of your comfort zone. Do something to get yourself out of there. Something Aaron Dowdy talks about, he went in public and proposed to a vegetable, and was like confessing his love to a vegetable. And it was something he did in person, in front of a bunch of people, to get himself out of his comfort zone, because he was like, I would have never done anything weird like that. I would have never put eyes on myself like that. You need to do something that's like, I would never do that in my life. Commit to something. It doesn't have to be something crazy like that, but commit to something. Commit to doing one thing a day that is going to get you one step closer to being a writer, get you one step closer to being a YouTuber, get you one step closer to being a teacher, get you one step closer to following your heart, you know? And do those little exercises every day of, I'm gonna sit in my heart and that's how I'm gonna make decisions, okay? Okay, that's all I have for you, pile number 1. If you want a more in-depth reading, I do have some sessions available, so you can go into the description, and I have some 15-minute sessions and some 30-minute tarot read sessions, so I can read you individually if that's something that you're looking for, you need more clarity. That is in the description. If you resonated with your reading, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so more people can see it and more people can get clarification on what their life purpose is. If you like me, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video again if you didn't, and don't forget to follow my Instagram, add me on Snapchat, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, let's move on to pile number 2. Hi, pile number 2. You picked Amazonite. This is your little crystal. A little bit about this crystal, just a little tidbit, just so you know. This crystal is for healing. So maybe you need some healing in your life right now. You need some soothing. You need some calming. Sorry, my phone, the 20% thing came up. Let me plug this in really quickly. This is unedited, so okay. This is heart chakra, so this is love. And I'm just getting really like healing vibes from this. I feel like you really need some healing in your life right now. So maybe that's why you picked this. Maybe you're sad right now. Maybe you're dealing with some like shadow work right now and you're really needing some healing. And you're needing some soothing and you're needing some coping and you're just needing to feel better, okay? Okay, so let's see. This is about what is your life purpose. So let's get into this. I shuffled these already off camera. Don't worry. Okay. Life purpose for group number 2. I'm already getting that there is maybe you have trouble with addiction. I'm getting addiction vibes. I'm getting you cope to deal with the pain with something. That's just the initial vibes that I'm getting. And I think that you need to find some coping mechanisms to heal yourself. You need to find some coping mechanisms that aren't smoking weed, that aren't drinking, that aren't eating a lot or not eating a lot. Coping mechanisms that aren't staring into a TV screen. Try meditation. I'm just gonna give you some coping skills really quickly, some healthy ones. Try meditation, try journaling, try coping, try going outside, going for a walk, hanging out with your dog, art, singing, acting, filming TikToks. I don't know why, but fun, like having fun. Distract yourself by having fun with something. I haven't even pulled cards out yet, but that was just a very strong, like, I'm just getting addiction. I'm getting, I don't want to be here, and this is the only thing that makes me feel something vibes. Feeling maybe alcohol. I'm getting weed and alcohol. A strong, okay. So you need some healing, okay? Right now, and I think that's gonna lead you to your purpose, but right now I feel like your purpose is hidden right now because you're so in this world. You're so in the world of coping coping with the pain, coping to deal with the pain. I feel like there's like an analogy there, but I just am hearing cope. You're coping to deal with the pain. You just want to erase the pain. Okay. Life purpose. Let's see. Pile number 2, life purpose. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, fast moving action. Let's see. Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Eight of Wands, sorry. Okay. I feel like you are at the beginning stages. Like you have barely even started yet. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're at a point where you haven't even started yet and you've already given up. I feel like you want things to happen way too quickly. You think you're so close to this goal and you keep psyching yourself out when you're not even like close to it. I feel like you don't truly believe that you deserve whatever this is. Success. I'm just guessing it's success. I'm guessing you don't even really like know what it is. I'm getting that you are this Page of Pentacles. You're standing there and you're at the beginning of something, but then you want it to go so quickly that you almost don't even start. You almost don't even move. It's like, it didn't happen. It's like you're on day 2 and you're like, it didn't happen. I give up. And you're like, nothing will come of this situation. Nothing's gonna come of this. You know, I tried. I gave it the whole college try, is like what I just heard. You think that you hype yourself up and you're like, I'm so close to achieving this, like this is gonna just come into my life. But no, you have a lot of work to do, and I'm sorry to like be the one to tell you that, but you have a lot of work to do. And that's not a negative thing, but it's just like you gotta start somewhere. And I want you to know that I had a lot of work to do 6 months ago, you know? Like, it doesn't take that long to have a lot of work to do. It takes a lot of focus, but time doesn't really matter, you know? Like, this could happen in 6 months. A lot can change in 6 months. A lot can change in a year. So I need you to, for this next year, just to promise to commit to yourself. That's where this is leading. I need you to commit to yourself. I need you to say, I'm gonna stop giving up on stuff. You are good enough. You are good enough. And I'm just really feeling that you don't feel you're good enough for anything. You're like, I can't do that. Like, yeah, believe in the impossible. You're like, that is not even on my radar that I could do something different than what I'm doing right now. I feel like you're stuck in this hole almost. You're stuck in this hole. You're stuck in this addiction. And trust me, I get it. I have been there, genuinely with addiction. I have been there. And I've been in that hole, and that's how I can feel this. I really am picking up the energy that you're in this hole and you're trying to look out and you're trying to come up with solutions, but you can't because you're in this hole. You're not going to be able to find a solution while you're in this hole. When you're drinking and when you're, I'm not going to use specifics. When you're not sober, you're in this hole looking out and you're like looking around and like whatever. You can't see. You can't see. Don't even try. It's like, don't even try because you can't see. You have to get out first. You have to get sober. You have to get this clear mind, or the universe cannot send you messages. You can't move. That is just your first step. Sobriety is your first step, and you really just have to do everything you can to get there. I'm really just getting that. Volunteer. And you know, like, if this is something that like you need serious help with, that's okay. Like, I have been to relationship classes. I have been to just to tell you a little story, because I feel like this is gonna resonate for you guys that picked this pile. A year ago, I was in a physical fight with my boyfriend at the time, and we both went to jail, and we both had to go to, I guess, like kind of like AA, but for like relationships. I don't know what to call it. It was like you sit in a circle and you talk about your feelings type of shit. And it was court mandated and I had to go. But it really helped. And it was something that I really didn't want to do. And I would complain about it and I would talk the worst about it. But then when I started going and I started listening and I started, you know, like actually taking it seriously, I started actually healing and I started actually listening to myself and I started actually like being like, wow, you know? So I want you to know you're not alone and there's nothing wrong with you. You need to ask for help. I burped and I'm like, that's like throat chakra, okay? And plus there's green, blue. You need to just speak up and say you need help, and that's okay, you know. And I feel like you are at the point where you need help, and you know that you want help. It's not even that you necessarily need it; it's that you want it, and you're like almost scared to ask for it. But it's okay to ask for it. That is the most brave thing ever, is to just ask for it and to admit that you need it. Okay. You have to make the decision to speak up. Decisions. The card volunteer is really giving me like AA vibes, like a meeting type of situation or therapy, or yeah, I just have a vision of my situation. Like I feel like you need to go into something like I did, somewhere where there's people that are in the same situation as you are and they're getting help for it, because you need someone that's going to understand you. You can't tell people, maybe you feel like you can't tell people around you because they don't get it, and maybe they don't get it, you know? And maybe you need to talk to someone that really does get it, and there are people that get it. I promise you, there were people in my exact situation, even though I was like, no, I'm young, like no one is going to be in the same situation as I am, no one's gonna get me. They get you. And you get to see their perspective and you get to see them heal, and it really like, it goes around in a circle. What goes around comes around in that, really. And it really helps everyone in that situation. So it's okay for you to do that. Like there's nothing, like I don't know why the world is like, oh, you get help, you're weak. Like, shut up. Don't listen to that. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The people that actually go to therapy are the people that actually get somewhere in life. Like, why did no one talk about that? The people that actually deal with their feelings and realize that they are a little fucked up, we're all a little fucked up, are the people that get somewhere in life. And that's what makes you different, is asking for help makes you different. It makes you strong. If you stay in this, that's what's going to separate you. This is what's going to separate you from everyone else, is whether you ask for help or whether you don't. I just got a really, 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 really strong vibe on that. So I hope that like resonates for you guys. Maybe it doesn't resonate for everyone, but whatever it is, I feel like you're just done with whatever it is and you can't see out. And maybe it's eating. Maybe you have an addiction to eating. Same. I've been there. I'm like, wow, I can really relate to this. I feel like you're going through a lot of shadow work right now. And if you don't know what shadow work is, that's basically dealing with your trauma, dealing with the stuff that's made you a little fucked up. Thinking about what's happened in your past, thinking about how people treated you. What did you have to do to gain love as a kid? I keep moving these around and I'm getting a vibe that you just like want things to be perfect before you start, but you're never going to be ready unless you just start. You can move things around as much as you want, but that's not really going to change anything until you really tackle the problem. You can start focusing on things outside of yourself, but that's really not going to do anything but distract you and waste your time. You really just need to tackle it straight on. Really start doing your shadow work. Really just dive deep into your shadow work. I know it's scary, and I know you don't want to deal with the fact that like you were hurt, or that maybe you did stuff to hurt people. We all have. We have all been the abuser, and we have all been the abused, okay? It's not something where it's like, oh no, I hurt them. Like, I'm an awful person. No, everyone has done it. We have all hurt people, and we have all been hurt. You're not special, you know? Like, we have all done it, and it's okay to admit that. I think you need to just take time out. Your adrenal systems need healing. If you have been, I hope this really resonates, because I'm gonna keep going with this because it is just popping out so much. Your adrenal systems need a break. I don't know if you're overloading, you're on your phone too much. I don't know if you drink too much. I don't know if you smoke too much. I don't know if you put too much of something in your body. I don't know if you're doing too much, you're working too much. I don't know. But this is the thing that you need to tackle, and your life purpose isn't shown yet because you are in the midst of all of this. It's still a secret. It's still hidden. Spirit cannot tell you what your life purpose is until you deal with whatever situation you've got going on right now that has you feeling like you're stuck in a ditch. You really just have to face that. And when I say face that, you can go to therapy, or you can deal with it on your own. I really do recommend therapy because it's just very helpful. Or again, like a group setting, there are free ones. You can go search online, be like, substance abuse classes near me for free, or whatever it is, addiction classes, help with addiction, like, and there is stuff around you. I promise that you can find something around you where you can get help. A YouTuber that I really recommend is Jessica Kent. She is a YouTuber. She went to prison. She had a baby in prison. She was an addict on hard stuff. But she is now 8 years sober, and I really like her. I watch her. I relate to her. I get her. I was never addicted to hard stuff. But I think all of us that have like addiction in us or get it. You know, we all get that feeling of like, I need this thing, whether it's food, whether it's weed, whether it's like alcohol, whether it's I'm addicted to zoning out and watching TV. It doesn't have to be something where I'm like shooting up something, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be that intense. But if it is, get help. Again, like, it's okay to get help. And if it is intense, okay. Like, it's just accepting the fact that it is intense if it is for you. And I know for me, it was weed. And it was like, this isn't intense because it's just weed. But for me, it was intense, you know? And it's okay to admit, like, for me, this is intense and it's hard for me to give up. It's okay to admit that. Healthcare change. Start caring about you. I feel like, honestly, that's the end of this. Like, you just gotta get help and support, and you need to go do some trauma release exercises. You need to, I don't feel like you're there yet though. I feel like you just need to admit to yourself that you need help and just start. You need to just move. You need to just get moving. Just schedule your first therapy appointment. Yeah, I saw sevens. I saw 17. Sevens is integration. So if that means anything to you, I don't know if maybe 7 is a lucky number to you. Stop taking so much from people. When we're in addiction, we take a lot from everyone around us. And you can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to anything. If it is something that you're putting in your body and it makes you confused and it makes you have that feeling of like, don't take that from me, that is an addiction. And I feel you. If I'm around weed, I'm like, give me that. You know, I want it. And that's okay. But yeah, I think that's just your first step, is getting help. Is there any other messages for pile number 2? You are stronger than you know. Any other messages? You've got this. I know it seems like like it's almost like that feeling of, it's that feeling of, I can't let anyone know that I'm like this because they're gonna think differently of me. They're gonna think I'm weak. They're gonna think I'm whatever. I've been there. But you are stronger than you know. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. And that is the biggest step that you can take. All you have to say is, I need help. Just go find someone and tell them I need help and get yourself help with whatever it is. Be honest. Start telling your family. Like, hey, like I'm really struggling with this. I need you to help me. Even if you think they're not going to believe you, or yeah, I feel like you think that people aren't going to believe you. Even if you think someone's not going to believe you, sit them down, look them in the eyeball and say, I need help. And just be honest with them and say, this is ruining my life, or this is making me not be where I want to be in life. It doesn't have to be so dramatic to where it's like ruining your life, you know, but it can just be holding you back. It's time to be true to you. It's time to let go of this era. It's time to let someone else help you, you know. It's okay to also get there yourself. It's okay to say, I'm gonna go get myself help and I don't want to tell anyone about this. That's okay. You make the decision to do whatever it is for you, whatever course of treatment that is, whatever course of healing that is. You can find a spiritual teacher, you can find a substance abuse counselor, you can find anyone, you know? Okay. That's it for you, group number 2. I love you. If this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. If you need a reading that's a little bit more in depth, I do offer them. They will be in the description box. I have 15-minute tarot readings available and 30-minute tarot readings available. So again, those are in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this reading. I will be posting more readings, of course. And don't forget to follow my Instagram and add me on Snapchat. And yeah, I hope this resonated for you, and I really hope you get help if you need it. I love you, group number 2. Let's move on to group number 3. Hello, group number 3. You picked amethyst is your crystal. I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about your crystal because I did for everyone else. This is a third eye crystal, so something like intuition, maybe creativity, and connecting to the divine, just seeing past the veil. I feel like you guys are very in touch with your intuition, or maybe you are getting there and you're starting to notice the importance of your intuition, and you're starting to notice, I keep putting it here because it's soothing, because I'm using my third eye right now. But yeah. Okay, let's get into your reading. I'm gonna stop using your crystal. But yeah, maybe you are starting to realize how important being connected to your intuition is. I'm getting that you are a group that is sober. You're someone that really knows that what you put in your body affects your body. Let me just go ahead and tell you, because I've had some issues with this. What you put in your body is not the only thing you need to be focused on. Make sure to be balanced. Make sure you're not going all in on one area. I was the type of person to be like, I'm gonna be vegan tomorrow, or I'm gonna never eat meat again because I'm spiritual now. But it's like, you need to take your time. It's okay to follow your intuition, but you don't have to all in all at once, you know? I haven't even pulled cards yet, but it's just that's the vibe I'm getting. You don't have to be perfect, and you need to lose the idea of what a spiritual person is. Being spiritual means you're being the authentic, truest version of yourself. And that authentic, truest version of yourself is allowed to have feelings, and it has feelings. And it's not like when you get up here, all of a sudden you don't have these feelings and you're perfect. And no, the people that are ascended know how to deal with them and know that you just have to let them sit, you know? And know that you just need to listen to your inner compass and let that guide you. I feel like that's where you're heading, or that's where you're at. So let's start drawing some cards. But this is your little crystal. Yeah, I feel the energy of this pile is a lot slower than the others. The first pile I was on, I was talking very quickly, and this pile, I'm feeling very slow. I'm feeling almost tired, almost exhausted, almost weighed down by the need to do so much and the need to be perfect. Again, I just want, a spiritual person does not mean you are perfect. It just means that you accept yourself as you are, okay? You accept everything that's going on as you are. Let's get started. Pile number one. Or why did I say number one? I don't know why I said number one. Is there something you want to start? Something you're really passionate about, but you feel like you can't start it because you're already working on something else. Huh. Maybe you're doing something that you don't really want to be doing anymore. And you want to switch your path. This, I'm feeling very like clouded almost. Like my intuition almost got like clouded. So I feel like this was saying like, you need to really get in touch with your intuition. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. You're being chaotic. Stop trying to be perfect. You're being clouded. Let your guard down for a second. Like, seriously, let your guard down. Do this with me, okay? Let your jaw go. Sit, let your jaw go. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders go. Let your shoulders go in. And go like this. Let your neck go around. Just let it soften. Soften your spine. Check your face. Make sure you're not holding onto anything in your face. Make sure you're not holding onto anything in your shoulders, anything in your jaw. Whenever I first started going through my spiritual awakening, I was so strict on myself that I started getting jaw pain. And I started being very, I was tense. And I feel like that's where you guys are right now. I feel like you're very like, you want to be perfect and you want to be there already and you want to do this and you want to do this. Nothing is going to change that much. I just want you to know, like, you just need to accept where you are right now. Nothing is going to change much, okay? It's just going to be more pleasant. But you have to get to where you want to be. Are you not sober? Maybe you're not. Maybe you have too much on your plate. You're trying to, I feel like, I don't know guys, for your pile, I'm getting very chaotic emotions. Like everything, it's like you decide on something, turn around, it's different. It's like, you're like, I'm gonna be sober. Oh, no, I'm not. I can do it all. I don't have to be sober. That's other spiritual people. I don't have to be sober. They do. I can listen to my intuition even though something's clouding it. That's just me. That's your ego talking. And if you're really fighting to hold on to something that bad, that really means you need to let go. So maybe really start letting go of whatever it is that you're holding on to. I feel like you're really holding on to something I feel like you're really holding on to the way you used to live, but your intuition is calling and your intuition is saying it's time to move on. It's time to find more hobbies, and it's time to actually start growing spiritually. It's time to start healing your past, okay? It's time to, I feel like your emotions are very much so clouding you right now. And you are so attached to something that you don't really know what to do. So this could be a relationship, this could be a substance, this could be anything like that. It could be just a cycle you're in. Show the world the real you. I feel like you're fake as fuck. I feel, and I'm being that blunt because I know you need to hear it because I've been there. Stop being fake. Stop trying to be vegan. Stop trying to be someone you're not. Stop trying to be perfect. If you have to try to do something, it's not what you're supposed to be doing. You have to release and you have to be. Stop trying so hard. Let the energy gain momentum on itself. You are blocking it because you're trying to control everything. You're like, no, I can make it like this. No, I can make it like this. No, I can make it like this. I promise I can do it. I can hold on to it. I can do it. Have the courage to face your emotions and say, why am I so attached to this? Why am I feeling this so hard? Why am I so attached to this? Work on your attachment style. I would say if you don't know what your attachment style is, to look it up. There's anxious, avoidant, and secure. You are not secure. You do not have a secure attachment. I can tell you that right now. Once you are aware, though, that you don't have a secure attachment style, it starts changing because you start realizing the ways that you're holding on to things or the way that you're avoiding things, whichever one you are. I'm gonna assume that you're anxious because you're very much so like holding on to something. I get the vibe that it's time for you to really start doing something. I feel like you're stuck. I feel like you feel stuck. You're kind of just like sitting, waiting. You're not really making any action. You're not really doing anything. You're just kind of like putting too much on your plate all the same time, but it's all stuff that doesn't really matter, and it's stuff that's kind of just like keeping you there and keeping you stuck, and you're like, no, like for me, for example, this is why I keep kind of going back to sobriety, maybe because I'm relating it back to myself. But whenever I knew I needed to stop smoking weed, I held onto it like crazy and was like, oh, I can only do it at night. I'll just let myself only do it at night. And then it's like, no, like you should have just stopped. And it's like, you think you can do it all, but you cannot do it all, honey bun. You can't do it all. Maybe you can for a little bit, but you're gonna burn out and it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna get you to where you wanna be. Start having fun with life. I feel like you need to loosen up. Go dance. Seriously, go dance. Have a 30-second dance party with me right now. Let's dance. Let's loosen up without, I don't know. Let's loosen up. Maybe you do need to kind of like go off the handle to realize that you need to loosen up. For me, I wanted to stop smoking weed, but I needed to come to that realization, you know? I had to go through a period where I smoked for a month and a half and I got tired of it, and then I had to look at it and be like, this is really something I need to let go of. You know, maybe you need to just let yourself overindulge so that you can really see the problem and you can see how bad it is, see how bad it can get. And then when you start actually like letting yourself do something and you stop trying to be so perfect and you stop trying to control what you're doing, just let your instincts take over. Let yourself do whatever it is that you really want to stop doing. Let yourself keep doing it and look at what you're doing. Start like analyzing your actions, being like, is this something that am I being honest with myself? Just start being honest with yourself and have the courage to sit in it. Have the courage to say, I'm gonna let myself do this. These are the urges that I'm having. Start following your urges, but responsibly. And start following them and being like, okay, I'm gonna follow this and we're gonna see where it leads. I'm not gonna let it get too bad because I care about myself, you know? Like, whatever it is. Work through your fears that you overindulge. What do you overindulge in? I don't know. But honestly, let yourself for right now, because I feel like you're in a stage where you're really like observing yourself. Let yourself do whatever it is that you're trying to get rid of. If you're trying to be vegan, stop trying, you know, just like let go. If you're, I don't know why I'm getting like vegan or like trying to change your diet or whatever. Or you're trying to work out every day. Stop. Just stop for a second. Stop and breathe and see like if it's something that you really want to do, and see if eventually it starts happening naturally. Take a month or 2 months where you just do what you want to do. Let yourself follow your instincts. Let yourself just like live out that pattern and just observe it, okay? I feel like you're meditating too hard on something, or you're contemplating something like way too hard. You're like, you're not even really tempted right now. Like, you're the opposite of tempted. You're like, you're the opposite of tempted. You are strict. You don't let yourself do anything, do you? Or you do, but you just feel very guilty about it. Like, you don't want to let yourself do anything. Like, you just feel stuck here, and you're just in a stuck of judgment. Stop judging yourself. That's what I was getting at. Stop judging yourself. I needed this justice card to tell me that. Stop judging yourself. Judgment of the self is one of the most, like, I don't see evil, but the most, like, it's gonna ruin you. Stop. Like, just be gentle on yourself. You don't have to judge yourself for everything that you do. You are not like addicted to something. You're not. This is the temptation card, and it's the opposite. You're conquering your temptations. You have willpower now. It's okay to loosen up. Maybe you didn't really have willpower in the past, and you're scared now because you're like, oh, I didn't have it in the past. What if I don't have it now? You do. You do have willpower, and I can see that right here, okay? So trust yourself. Start trusting yourself. And I feel like there's maybe like a creative passion on the rise that you're wanting to gain momentum, but you're too focused in this like clouded little world of being perfect, okay? What is my life's purpose? This is the slowest reading. This is the one with the least clarity. I feel like you know that you are on a spiritual path. I feel like you have so many burdens on your shoulder right now that you're just like, I feel like you already know that you're on a spiritual path. I'm feeling, okay, soul purpose. I'm feeling like a fitness person, like a personal trainer or an eating person, someone that helps, like a dietitian, or like clean. Like, I'm feeling like clean, like healthy. Maybe you're too strict on yourself. Maybe you're too strict on your food, too strict on how much you work out, because you're in that world, or because you want to be in that world. I'm getting a vibe that you put too much pressure on yourself and you judge yourself a lot. And I'm getting that you have a very clean lifestyle, but it's to the point where it's like too much almost. What is your life's purpose? Why are you not giving me your life's purpose? What is your life's purpose? What is your life's purpose? Pile number 3. Okay, we're getting somewhere. What is your life's purpose? I feel like you are about to go from being focused on the self, focused on eating, focused on having the cleanest lifestyle ever, focused on working out a ton, and you're gonna meet someone. I feel like your purpose has to do with love. I feel like your purpose has to do with love. Oh my gosh. Or do you want to have kids? Oh my gosh. Do you want to have kids? A new romantic cycle begins. Conclusions are within reach. You can release negativity, okay? I feel like you want to have a family, but you think that maybe you're too young, or maybe you're not in the right spot. You feel like you're not at the right spot to have that, but you are. Focus on releasing judgment of the self and of other people, because of course, like, what we feel in ourselves mirrors back in other people. Surrender to the divine. Surrender because maybe you know this person already. Maybe you don't, but this person is really gonna teach you balance, and is really going to help you stay on track with not judging yourself. This person loves you so much, and this situation is so exciting for you. I feel like you love, but maybe you're someone that in the past you had like issues, or you were someone that like loved a lot and you had a lot of relationships, but then you went on a path where you had to like focus on yourself, and you're like, oh, I can't have a relationship. But now you're kind of to the point where it's like your life purpose is to have a family. Your life purpose is to really like to be one with yourself, and to be one with your partner, and to be one with your children, and to be one with just everyone around you, and have these friends and have people. Your life purpose is to be around people, okay? And yeah, maybe it's not one person in specific. Look at the bigger picture of like, what does life really mean to me? Does all this restricting really matter if like I'm not happy and I don't have people around me, you know? I feel like you have a lot of choices right now, and you like don't really know which one to pick. But follow love. Don't follow judgment, because yeah, I feel like love is coming, but hold off. Love is coming. No, love is coming, and no, that is the direction that you're going in. But Spirit wants you to know that you have to face this judgment in yourself. You need to face this judgment in yourself. I said this person is going to teach you. You have to teach yourself first before anyone else can teach you, if that makes sense. You have to teach yourself. You have to train yourself to not be so judgmental on yourself, so that you can attract someone that is going to be gentle on you. You know, you really want someone that's going to be gentle on you. That's what you need. So I need you to start being gentle on yourself so that you can attract that person or those people. I'm hearing like soul family. You need a practical plan of like where do you want to be? Like, what kind of people do you want in your life? You need to start thinking about that. And so that you can't start really manifesting friends, if you don't really know what you want, you know, you don't really know where your life is gonna be. I feel like you're someone that really doesn't want to give to other people. And that tends to happen because no one really wanted to give to us in the past, which is understandable. But it's okay to give to someone else. It's okay to let your heart open a little bit. It's okay to let people in a little bit. It's okay to need help. And it's okay to give help. It's okay to help other people in your life. You need to start loving people. Start treating the people around you well. Stop being so focused on yourself. You've been focused on yourself for a long time, I feel. And it's time to transition out of that. But to do that, we need to sit here and we need to deal with the judgment first. We need to deal with what's going on in us that's making us need to control our eating and need to control our health so much, and need to control ourselves so much. So focus on that. I'm getting a lot of energy up here. Again, like, start following your intuition. Start listening to yourself. Stop trying to control things so much and just kind of like go with the flow. Surrender. Let yourself do what it is you want to do. Wake up in the morning and say, what do I want to do today? You know, stop counting calories, stop tracking things, stop weighing yourself, stop tracking things, stop forcing things, stop checking things over and over and over, stop checking them. Stop being so involved. I need you to step back and I need you to just let it happen. And I need you to watch it happen. This cycle of you judging yourself is going to come to an end, and you are going to get this romantic situation. You are going to start having beautiful times in your life. You're really going to start romanticizing your life, and you're really going to start having people around you that make you feel like your life is beautiful. And soul family, you work through your fears. Maybe you're scared of having people around you because you've been hurt in the past, or you've never really had like a soul family. You've never really had friends like that. I get that, like me too. You have to realize that like all the pain is over, and it's okay to choose love. It's okay to have all these choices and still choose love. You don't have to choose yourself all the time. You're not weak for wanting people in your life. That is such an amazing thing. That is such a strong thing. Everybody needs people. I know we're kind of, I don't know if you're a woman or if you're a man. I feel like in both cases, we're kind of taught that we need to be independent. We need to be, like, we need to do things for ourselves. Like, okay, yeah, like totally do things for yourself. But once you're sufficient on your own, you're allowed to have people around you. You're allowed to want to hang out with people you're around, allowed to want help from people. You're allowed to want to help people too. You're allowed to want to give people stuff. Give people you. You're allowed to let people in. You're allowed to give people who you are. You're allowed to love. I feel like this is a surprise to you that your life purpose is surrounded in love. You're stronger than you know. You can do this. You can let love in. I got you. Yeah. You're stronger than you know with the exercise thing. Like, needing to control and needing to and diet and exercise. Oh my gosh. Comment down below and let me know if like this is accurate for you, because this is like, wow. But yeah, I feel like you're stronger than you know. Like, you have a lot of willpower, and I feel like you don't think you do, but you do. And I feel like you're starting to have this realization that like, oh, I do have a lot of willpower, and I do restrict myself from a lot of things, and I'm allowed to kind of let myself do what I want to do now, you know? I don't have to be so strict anymore. Maybe you felt like you really like needed to be strict in the past, and maybe you did, but that time is over. You don't need to be so strict anymore. Family changes, realizations, and epiphanies. So I feel like you're realizing that family is important to you, and maybe your life purpose is to have a kid. And to be a mom, or to be a dad, or to be, I don't know, to have a family. That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful, guys. You're moving on from whatever the situation is that isn't serving you, you're changing your mind. You're saying, this isn't for me anymore. I don't need to be so restrictive. I don't need to be so hard on myself. I need to connect with my intuition and listen to love. Let love guide the way. I hope this resonated for you. If it did, be sure to give me a thumbs up on this video. I also have 15-minute and 30-minute tarot sessions, like one-on-one sessions over Zoom, down below if you want to book one of those. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow my Instagram. Don't forget to add my Snapchat. And I really hope this resonated for you. Don't forget to just be gentle on yourself, okay? I love you, pile number 3. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.